Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Asset Ambitions podcast. I'm your host, Mathieu Jacques, and today I have a very special guest with me. Her name is Catherine Zerafa. She is originated from France and now lives in this area here, Eastern Ontario. We're going to do a podcast talking about her starting real estate. She just started just a few weeks ago, got her license. She is in the Hyams Real Estate Group, which is a real estate team based in this office here where we got our studio. And we're going to be going through, the toughness of getting started in business, women in business, which she loves to talk about, confidence and how it is key, how to build that confidence, among many other things. So, Catherine, without further ado, let's get started with the
Let's
episode.
get started. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So, to get started, if you could just go a little bit on how did you get brought up and, what brought you to real estate? Just tell us a little bit about your life's course.
My experience. So, what brought me to real estate? So, I have a background in the trades, which gives me a pretty deep understanding on construction, and that was always really interesting to me. And I also have a background in bartending. So, I really love people, and I've always loved interacting with people and meeting different types of personalities. And I thought that maybe merging the two together of construction and interaction with people would bring me to real estate. So that's kind of how I made my decision. And here I am.
There you go. That's really good.
Yeah.
I hear like many realtors when they start, they all have like some sort of a background that leads them to have a gravitation towards real estate.
Yeah.
Like for me, I was a waiter before and my parents owned a hotel. So I had like kind of that exposure of the real estate world and kind of fell in love with it, but had to move in order to get to a place where I could do some business. But that must be good because you got some sort of an understanding of what it is that you sell, right? There's
Yeah.
always something that you get to use. Has that helped you so far?
So far, it's helped me. Yes, it has. My biggest thing, I think, is my drive is to serve people. I'm really here because I love people and I want to serve them and I want to help them. And I'll always do my best to do so.
That's good.
That's really what made me choose that path. Yeah.
That's it. That's really good. Serving people is like it doesn't feel like a job when you're the type of person that likes doing that.
When
It
you love
just
people, no.
it just doesn't feel like a job, and that's what's fun about it. Like, I don't mind spending hours and hours, as long as I feel like I'm helping someone. And that's what a service business is, right? So
Yeah, and it just, the amount of opportunities it creates, the networking and even things like this podcast, it just opens so many doors and you can reach so many different types of people. You can have so many different types of conversations. And that's really impactful. To me, that's so much better than the 9 to 5 when you just kind of go through the motion and the routine. And I just couldn't picture myself doing that. Yeah.
yeah. That's it. You're right. And we say we don't want a 9 to 5, but God, does the real estate business take so much of our time still?
It takes more time than a 9 to 5.
That's it.
It's a
That's
lot
it.
of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but you have that passion behind it and it gets you up in the morning and it makes you do it.
Exactly. At least that's it. It's a reason to get up, right? Yeah. That's lovely. So tell us a little bit about the start now of your real estate business and how long has it been you got your license?
So it's been about a month now. The start is it's a little chaotic. I'm not gonna lie. You have to really become good at managing your own time, and you have to be very organized. Which I like to think I'm organized, but I'm a little bit. I'm a bit of a scattered person. So I'm looking at my weaknesses and I'm working on them. I don't have a choice.
There you go. That's the mindset to have for sure. That makes total sense. And I mean, if you ask me, you probably did the right move having started in a team. Because like you said, you might not be already the most orderly in your business, but starting in a team is you have all that exposure of people that have a lot of years of experience, right? They're established, and so they can really teach you the ways around the business and how to work around it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't do it without them. Like, I am so grateful for the support system I have, and I'm in a really good team with really good people, and that just makes like a difference 100% for me.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They keep me grounded. They keep me focused. They realign me when I step out of the line a little bit, and just like the experience that they have is going to save me years of mistakes. If you're smart and you learn and you want to learn, you're going to avoid all the mistakes they've made because they're telling you about it before you make them, right? So it's mentorship. That's what
That's
it
it.
is. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's such a hard business to get into without mentorship. Like
Mm-hmm.
rather you're whether you're in a team or you have like some sort of relationships with some other, well-versed realtors, you got to have some support because there's so much to learn and the real estate course that you do, it doesn't really prepare you to what the day-to-day is. It's more so just the legislative side and kind of
It's
the
very
legal side of
dry. It's
things.
very dry, but there's nothing that prepares you for the day to day because it's so different every day. So I think that's the main thing you need is to be adaptable. You have to be adaptable. Yeah. And that nothing teaches you that uh, you know, unless you're in it and you're doing it and you're practicing it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You got to get out of that comfort zone in order to learn. If
Yeah.
you're in a comfort zone and you feel like you're comfortable and you know what you're doing, that means you've already learned it. You got nothing else to learn in that field. So then taking a leap such as real estate, it's you got plenty to learn.
And
Plenty
you'll
ahead of you.
always learn. Life is going to teach you something every day, and you have to take the lessons, right? Like the day you stop learning is the day you're done. You're dead.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But the only way to build confidence is to step out of your comfort zone. That's huge. That's the only way to build your character and build yourself. Do things that are, a little bit scary and uncomfortable, and go with it and do it, and you grow. You
Totally
grow.
agreed.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
become confident.
That's it, exactly. And confidence is so key in this business because we have to be confident with our answers to our clients. We have to bring them the right answers because if we induce them in errors or some mistakes, it can be costly to them. And we must be guiding them well. Like any other service, like you must understand what it is that you're providing as a service and doing it confidently. That's with the reps, of course. So there's always some ways that you can start. Like for example, you're in a team, like you'll be given some leads to generate some clientele, right? And then using the exposure of those leads, which is what we call them in the business, but it's clientele essentially. It's people reaching out to go for a viewing or whatnot. But when you do the viewings, then you learn more, and then when you do the phone calls, then you learn more, and it's just a constant grind.
And you don't need all the answers right away. You need the will to find the answers when you don't know them and to admit, like, I don't know that, but I'm going to find out for you.
Yes,
Yeah. I
that's
think
it.
sometimes people's ego get in the way and they want to know everything and you just don't. You just don't. And that's okay. That's okay because you're going to figure it out.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
As long as you can get them the answer to a certain question in a timely manner, if you're honest and you let them know, that's a great question. I don't have the answer. That's nothing wrong with that.
It's honesty's huge.
Yes.
People respect honesty and they feel it. They feel it off you when you're genuine and you're honest. I think it's an energy that can't be mistaken. Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's totally right. Another thing that I've been experimenting with lately is I feel like in my early days that's it. I felt rushed. I need to get you the answer now. I need to even when I would have a question asked or anything a question asked, I would answer like literally the words would be very quick. But now I've been starting to tone down and talk slowly, and I feel that the clients, they feel more well guided as if I'm not rushed to answer the questions. Like it doesn't add any pressure, it doesn't feel stressful, and it feels like I know more my stuff if I'm able to articulate it slowly and explain it clearly to the client. So I've been really experimenting with that.
So how did you make the switch? Are you just being mindful or did it naturally come because you have gotten more confident?
It kind of just naturally came because now I have most of the answers. So I'm like, okay, I've heard this scenario in the past, or I've heard this situation in the past. So I just slow down how I explain it, make sure that I don't need to answer it twice or say it many times. And it makes the message much more clear. And I feel like that the clients, they trust me more because of it, which is very interesting. Just the tone can do a difference.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
I had and that was in the beginning of the real estate business. It was like that. But you are also like you're a bartender yourself. I was a
Yeah.
waiter in the past,
Yeah.
a bartender as well. And when I started being a waiter or a bartender, it was the same. I would talk very quickly. I'd be like, I need to get you this really quickly, really quickly. I also learned it, but in that business as well.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any lessons from
The bar.
yeah.
Well, I believe I'm a very good multitasker.
That's
and
important with this
and I
job.
know how to time things. So yeah, and I think I work well under pressure. I can be like internally, I can be very stressed, but I think I've gotten very good at looking very calm.
There we go.
Even when I'm not. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's important. We must stay composed. So, tell me about the stresses of starting, because you said, you're able to bottle it up and look calm, but tell us about the storm. Try to put the viewer into perspective.
Well, for me, I just have very high expectations. So I hold myself to a very high standard. And when I don't meet that standard, I can be very, very hard on myself, which creates a lot of anxiety, but you have to learn how to deal with it. Yeah.
I have that very similar trait as well. Yeah.
And anxiety, I think some people have it more than others. I'd say I'm a fairly anxious person, but that's just because of how much I want to do and accomplish.
That's it.
That's
Exactly. Yeah. I rather have my expectations set high. And hey, sometimes I disappoint myself. But in the end, I think I'll thank myself for setting such a high goal for myself, because it's we only have one life. We only have one life, and I really want to
Yeah.
accomplish great things.
And when you have a lot of passion and a lot of drive, it's like a fire. It's inside of you and it's a fire, and it can burn you sometimes. So you have to meditate. Like for me, I have a prayer practice and I meditate and I try to slow down, sometimes because it's very fast paced.
Yes,
Life is fast. It's constant moving, and sometimes you forget that you just have to take a step back and you have to breathe and you have to look at what you have and you have to have some gratitude, and you don't just take a step back and look at your life, and that really puts things into perspective and it really calms you down. Even just talking about it just calms you down.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, I think gratitude is like something I struggle with personally. Like, for example, I'll be glad I done a deal one day. Literally 2 hours later, I'll be like, oh God, I need to do another deal now. Like, it just never stops, right? You never
You have to be
celebrate
present.
the wins, right? It's a struggle of this business that you might be celebrating a win. You've planned out a nice steak dinner with your significant other and whatnot, and you get a text from a client or a phone call from a client during that dinner, and it might change your whole mood uh, out of what that text might be.
But be
So
present. Be present. What's more important, the text that's gonna dictate your mood, or the fact that you're sitting across someone you love and having dinner with them,
yeah,
and
definitely
you're
that for sure.
healthy and you have that chance to have that experience. Like look at 3/4 of the world. They can't do that. They
Yeah,
can't do that.
yeah,
So you're staying so attached to the outcome that it's dictating your mood. That's not good.
that's it
You
exactly.
need a certain level of detachment. And I think that's the key to just
And with this type of business, but many businesses, I feel like business owners must be detached from the outcome, because if you're not, it's going to be a very wavy path. Hopefully, it's a path upwards, but if you are not detached from outcomes, sometimes it's going to be a path downwards.
and it's
You might get
anything.
consumed by all that negative energy.
It's anything in life. It's relationships, career, like whatever you have in your mind that needs to happen, and like everything happens on its own timing, and that's why I have so much faith, because I believe in God's timing. It's not my timing, it's God's timing. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, and it's true. It's true, you know. I don't think I'll ever get too attached to anything that it's going to control me or dictate me, because
Yeah.
I'm not going to let it happen.
And I mean,
And
if
in the past. I have in the past, and that's part of our personality, right? Because we're so like driven, but sometimes you just have to let it go. Just let it go. Like,
that's right.
it's okay. Yeah.
Exactly. And like you just said, you know, you're a believer in God, and you know He has a plan for us all. So, and within that plan, there's failures. There's gonna be failures. There's gonna be disbelief. There's gonna be downsides to that plan. But in the end, if we follow it, it'll take us to heaven. And but we got to see them as lessons. We must not be caught up as it's the end of the
Failure.
world. It's the worst thing that could have happened. It's part of the path that was already set for us believers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You must fail. It's better to fail than to not fail at all, because every time you're failing, you're trying something.
yeah, and you'll learn. You'll learn from it
If you're
as long
smart, if
as
you're
you get
smart,
back
you
up.
learn. If not, you might
That's
go through it a few times.
That's right. That's right. There's some people that get trapped in, yeah, some people that unfortunately get trapped in some unfortunate circumstances. That's for sure. Let's talk about confidence now.
Confidence.
Confidence is very, very key. We
Yeah.
must be confident. What are things that you do on a day-to-day basis to help your confidence?
I
Has it
try.
helped you?
I try things. I try things that scare me, and I've become so comfortable with rejection. Yeah, I'm so authentic and I'm so myself that sometimes it gets accepted, sometimes it doesn't. But I've gone so good at being myself that I think it built my confidence. Yeah, I don't want to fit the mold. I don't want to have surface level conversations, and it's built my confidence 100%. Yeah, yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
And starting out in this business here, have you felt any imposter syndrome?
No, because I have a good team. If I was alone, yeah, but
Yeah,
no, because I have a good team.
that's it. Eh? Yeah, you're well guided.
Your support system is everything. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm so lucky and I'm so fortunate. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm glad to hear. You want to talk a little bit about the team and
The
you know the
team.
dynamic, you know the structure. Do you want to talk about that?
I mean, do you have questions? It's the team. Julian's my mentor. I have Julian and Joel, and they're amazing.
Great.
Yeah. Anything, any questions I have, anything, they're always there for me.
For you guys out there, I had an episode. I think it was the 10th episode. I did it with Julian Hyams, and it's the Hyams Real Estate Group, the name of the team. So if ever you want, about the team structure and the real estate market, that's what we had addressed in that episode. So you can go back there. But we may just stick on to our anecdotes here. I think the flow of the episode has been great so far. Um, so let's talk a little bit about social media. How big that is today with any business, really, but in the real estate business, like we're seeing that it's almost like a necessity, and you almost need to flash on there, like
Yeah.
outdo the others. I don't like to have that mindset, and I don't like social media all that much, but it's an essential key of the
It's
business.
essential.
So
I post every day about real estate.
you do, eh? Yeah,
Two,
yeah.
3 times a day. Sometimes, in the back of my mind, I feel a little bit annoying, or I'm like, is it too much? But I know my algorithm's gonna grow, and I'm starting to see it already, just being consistent. Like on Facebook now, I get like 2,000 views on a picture I'm posting.
That's
It's
great.
reaching more people. Like the algorithm is so smart, and it works in your favor, and that's a free tool that you can use.
That's it. Exactly.
That's the world we live in.
You
So
must be top of mind
you
of
have to
people,
use
right?
it,
So,
yeah. And like anything, it's either going to help you or it's destructive. You can doom scroll on social media for hours, and that's destructive.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use it as a tool and be like, this is going to build me and my business. And
yes.
that's it. That's a tool. It's a really great, like good tool. You
In
need
the end,
it.
like what it comes down to is you want to you want to be a producer rather than be a consumer.
That's it. Yeah.
So that's how I see it. Because it's very important to be that's why I do this podcast. This gives me like, monthly clips to be able to promote my business and everything. I put this in the background of the clips, so my phone number is right there. Hey, give me a call if you're interested
Give
in
him a call.
buying, selling real estate. It'd be my pleasure to help you guys. But yeah, as often as you can be seen, but sometimes I do ask myself that as well. Am I annoying with these clips? Like, is this
Who
being
cares?
annoying to anyone? But and even then,
Nobody cares that much about your life, and that you'll realize you get in your head so much about like, am I this, am I that? But
yeah,
nobody
you're
cares.
the only one because
You're the only one who
every other
cares.
person is thinking the exact same thing
Yeah.
as well. And the other thing is, for example, if I do scroll or look at the social media, I won't remember the third post I saw. I won't remember the fifth. I won't remember the 50th post that I saw
Yeah.
2 minutes after closing my phone. So it's not even it's our mind that tricks us going to think that way.
Yeah, and the reality is not everybody's going to support you, and that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's totally
okay.
fine as well.
Because you'll attract the people that are on the same kind of wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what marketing is,
Yeah.
right? Like it's really marketing that we do. Like I see that you're very active and you post like listings that your team has and everything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and that's good. That it shows proof of work. It shows that you're building experience, right? You're learning how
And I
to
love it.
promote the yeah.
And
There
I
we
love
go.
it. I love it.
There we go.
I do
That's
it because
another
I
thing.
love it. I don't force myself to do it. I love it. Genuinely. I'm like, I love this.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't like doing the social media all that much. I like the in-person meeting. I like open houses. I enjoyed this conversation here.
Yeah.
The editing afterwards though, I could do without personally and then posting it, but it's an integral part of the business and it needs to be done, and some people might like the paperwork side, some people might like the showing side.
And it's life. Like you have to do some things that you don't like. If you do, like if all you get to do in life is things that you love, you'd have no gratitude because you don't know anything else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's when you have
You
to
take it
remind
for
yourself.
granted.
You take things for granted. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing a few things you don't like, that's okay.
That's right.
You have to. You have to.
That's right. Okay, now let's talk about success and let's try and put a definition
Of
on that
success.
word.
Oh my
Would you
gosh.
be able to do that?
Yeah. Well, health is number one. People talk about money and status and the flashy things of life. Like to me, number one is my health. If I wake up and I'm healthy, I'm pretty much successful. So I'd say your biggest investment is your health. That's number one.
I think that's a good way to see it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if
Yeah.
you don't have your health, you can't be productive in the business either. You can't give much love to anybody else. You must give love to yourself in the
yourself.
first place. So,
So self-love, yeah, health, your family, the people you love, the way you impact people at the end of your life is what I think is going to define how successful you were. You can have all the money in the world, you can have the status, you can have the validation that you're seeking, that everybody's seeking, especially with social media, like look at me, look at me, look at me. But like at the end of the day, it's how did you impact people when you talked to them? Mm-hmm. How did they feel when they were around you? How
That's
did you
right.
help them? How did you guide them? What kind of meaningful conversations did you have with them? And I think that is success. Yeah, that's success.
I see it like that as well. Of course, the health is priority number one, but for me as well, it's when you're gone, how do people remember you? If it's positive, if it's inspiring, if it's motivating, I think that was a successful life. I think if it gives negative thoughts to people, I don't think there was much success. I think there could have been more improvement. And this is my goal with the podcast here. That's why I called it Asset Ambitions Podcast. I want to inspire young entrepreneurs out there. I want to inspire the youth, the Canadians to grow and be positive and, give love to each other and cherish each other's businesses. And that's why I have guests for real estate and I have guests for many other, different avenues, even some some mayors sometimes that I have on, and it's very interesting to see all these perspectives. That's a question I come back to often. What's the definition of success?
What's yours?
That's what it is. It's how you're perceived once you're gone. How you're perceived once you're gone. If it's positivity, you've inspired. Like that's my goal. That's how I would feel successful. There's some other personal successes. Like I'd like to have many children. I'd like to raise a family
Yeah.
and pass on those great values that I feel I have. But that's still brings you to how people will remember you, because that's your descendants, that's your kids, that's your bloodline.
Yeah.
So-
Are you building people up or are you tearing them down, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Are you healing or are you destroying? Like that's kind of
that's right. That's a good way to see it.
yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about the vision of the future and try to project some good thoughts out there. What's your goal with this business here? Where do you see yourself taking it? If you have to put say 5 years from now.
Well, I'm hoping that I'll do really well, and I'm really interested in commercial too.
Yes.
So the way I see myself in 5 years would be doing real estate. I would love to have a podcast for women as well, and family. Like that's going to be my biggest thing. But yeah, like do I put a number on it, like dollar amount?
Not necessary.
That's not my style.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
As much as I think money is a tool, and I'd like to achieve financial success because it is a great tool, it's for me, I'm not the most materialistic person. So, yeah, it's going to be, hopefully I get to serve as many people as I can in the next 5 years. That's the way I look at it, yeah.
That's
and
great.
then everything else is going to be a byproduct of that.
That's perfect. Yeah, commercial. That's very interesting. It's you got like myself. I've done 2 so far commercial transactions. It's much different than residential. So like
Need patience.
I have a lot more to learn before pivoting to it. But me too. I like to deal with business people. I like to deal with entrepreneurs.
They think
that's-
differently.
Yes, that's
they,
it.
they think
I
they
love-
look at life a little bit differently.
I love the mindset, and that's
Yeah.
the people I want to be around, right? That's the kind of people I want to attract.
Of course.
So, yeah, that's it. Amazing. What would be the biggest lesson that life has taught you?
Well, it's taught me a few different lessons, but your environment shapes you.
That's right.
Yeah.
You won't-
So that's it. It can shape you in the best way. It can shape you in the worst way. So you have to be very selective. And yeah, keep to yourself. Mind your own business. Do your own thing. And go through life. And for me, it's the big one is just be authentic. Just be authentic. People feel it when you're real.
Yes.
And you're yeah. When you're an original, that's it. Yeah, just be authentic. Just be yourself, and don't get mixed in with the wrong crowds. I think that's important. You have to be
correct.
around people that have similar values.
Yes.
You
Yep.
need that.
If not, I mean, whatever the 5 people that you spend most time around, you'll be absorbing those traits, absorbing those values. So,
Yeah.
you want to be around the people that you want to have similar values to them for sure.
Yeah, and it can be lonely at times, to start a business, to do things like that. It's a bit of a lonely road. And for me personally, and I think a lot of us are like that, we're overthinkers, right? So you can spend a lot of time in your head and being really reflective and like overthinking, but you have to get out of that mindset sometimes and rely on your support system that you have. That's really important
That's it.
because you can get lost in there a little bit sometimes in your head.
And being in a team like that, I mean, that's a great way to be surrounded by like-minded people, of course, because it's all real estate oriented, right? We all try to aim up, but together, holding each other's hands. So let's move on to the signature questions of the podcast, and then maybe we can pivot to French. I think that'd be interesting.
Je vais commencer à parler français.
And that's
Okay,
it, yeah.
let's go.
But yeah, so first question for you. If you could go back and tell something to your younger self, what would that be?
Um, I don't know. Don't give up, Kat. It's okay. Like, yeah, keep trying. And any challenges you're gonna face in life, you'll get through them. Yeah, that's what I would tell little Kat.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Sometimes we see it like such a big mountain, but when we look back, it was just a grain of sand on the ground. That's what my dad would always say to me when he raised me, and I still have that mindset, and I'm glad that he drilled that into me, because mountains, they're nothing. They're nothing when you look back. It's just a little grain of sand.
Yeah, and when you compare your life to other people, we're pretty fortunate. So
That's right.
yeah, little Kat, I would tell her to treat people without judgment, to keep an open mind, and that any challenges she'll face, she's gonna be okay because she's resourceful and she'll make it through. Like that's it. Yeah, yeah, and keep your little child spirit inside of you as you get older. I think a lot of people lose it. They lose that childlike, side of them.
Got to keep the curiosity, the fun.
Yeah, just like how amazing is it that we get to experience this life? Everything around us, yeah, we lose that spark with age.
true.
But
Yeah,
keep it. It's beautiful. Yeah,
That's amazing. That's inspiring.
yeah.
And finally, the other signature question of the podcast: what is your most prized asset?
Myself. Myself. Anything I do to grow and invest in myself.
Ever thought about becoming a realtor? It's a rewarding path, and I'm here to guide you through the ropes, from licensing to closing deals. Join me at eXp Realty using the link in the description. They offer amazing resources like training, tools, and support to get new agents up and running fast. You'll be in great hands. Plus, as I am in EXP1, I get to use this amazing podcast studio to create content for my business and grow. So could you if you join us. It's all about helping you succeed. What is something that nobody warned you about the real estate business and that you learned?
That nobody warned me about. That starting a business is stressful. It's a lot of hours. Like you have to work. I think especially in real estate, people think, oh, I'm just going to go in and make sales and make all this money and it's going to be easy, and it's not. You have to work hard,
Yes,
a lot. Yeah.
that's it.
And you have to face rejection over and over and over and over.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, and you have to, again, detachment. It's an emotional game, right? You get so attached to the sell, and then if it doesn't go through, you're just like,
That's correct. You're like, what did I do wrong? Is it my fault? And
Yeah.
you start questioning yourself, but
And
got to
actually,
move on.
Joel, he's on my team, and he said to me, don't let your highs get too high and don't let your lows get too low. You have to try and stay kind of level-headed as much as you can. Yeah.
I think stoicism is very key when you're in business, probably any business, honestly. Like you must be detached from those outcomes because, that's it. If you go too low in your lows, it's going to impact your business like very much so. And if you go too high in your highs, that means you're spending the check as soon as closing day comes around, and
You get careless, you get comfortable.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There's no such thing as coasting in this business, like you just said.
In any business. And I think people see the glamour of real estate, or that's what they make up in their head, this like big glamorous career, but it's not. Like you don't see behind the scenes of like how much actually goes into it.
That's right.
So
That's right. That's right. And like it's if you don't take any risks such as this, if you don't, have these scares of how much effort, how much work you must put into it, you won't have disproportionate outcome. Like you can go to a 9 to 5. You can go to a government job. You can go where you become comfortable and,
Which
just
there's nothing wrong
kind of
with that.
complacent.
There's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. Like it works for a lot of people.
That's it. Exactly. But for business people, there is something wrong. We need
Yeah.
something bigger. We need a
Something
challenge.
more.
We need to push ourselves. There's some people that become complacent in a 9 to 5, and
It's that fire inside of us. It's that passion. Like that's what, yeah.
yeah, must stoke that flame.
Yeah, like not everybody has that inside of them, that drive. It's
That's right. Where do you think you get that from?
I think it's my personality. Yeah.
Was it your upbringing? Did your parents pass that on? Were they entrepreneurs themselves, or?
It possibly could be my upbringing, but I think it's just a personality trait. I think sometimes you feel different, or you feel like you're meant for a little bit more, or you're meant to live a little bit, outside the box. And I think that's just I've always felt like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt like an outside the box kind of girl, like so that and like a few things I've gone through, I think it's made me realize that just the regular life just wasn't for me really.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just not the way I think. Like my mind just doesn't work that way.
That's it. I guess your upbringing, it was in France, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So in France, you're surrounded by all these mostly English-speaking countries, and you're the only French one in that kind of hemisphere. I mean, there must be some residual kind of surrounding area of French, but maybe that might be something.
Maybe,
You were
yeah.
brought up in a place surrounded by other English countries, but you were in that French one there.
Yeah. I don't know where it comes from, that drive. I don't know.
I think a lot of Europeans have that drive. I think Europeans are engineers, and that they have it in themselves to bring about new ideas, build better for the future, sacrifice for the well of the future of our civilizations. I think that's what makes the West great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're hot-blooded. Maybe that's what it is. We're very hot-blooded people.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that could be it. I'm not sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like people in Canada and the US have that drive too, and they're not necessarily European. So I really think
Yeah.
it's a personality
We
trait.
come from Europe, though. It's people from Europe that immigrated. They traveled all throughout the ocean in big wooden boats with the hope of a better life,
Yeah.
with less regulation, with less politicians, with more freedom, and that was the vision of the West, right? And that's why America came about, and that's why Canada also was founded by mostly the British, mostly the British, and that's where a lot of English comes from. But I guess some of the French from Quebec, I guess that's people from France. I don't see French being in this continent before we made our way here, right?
You're
So
very passionate about politics.
yeah, quite a lot. Yeah,
So
I
so
find it interesting.
okay, so what brought that interest into your life?
I think it's I'm unsure what brought. That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question. It sparked within the last like 3 to 5 years. Like I wouldn't think about it when you're younger. You don't really think about the state of politics. You don't really think about the state of the world and stuff like that. But my eyes are getting wider and wider, and I see more and more things with social media and everything, and we learn. What would life have been if I was born in India, or if I was born in China, or if I was born in any other hemisphere? It would have been so much different. And this is what I think this is what it is like I'm grateful for where I was brought up, and I'm grateful for the vision of the West here, and I kind of want to preserve the ethos of the West. And that's kind of where the flame has started to flicker for my passion for politics. Yeah,
It's a personality trait, that really fiery trait. Yeah,
that's
not
it.
everyone has it. I'm telling you, not everyone has it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's it. Right now, I'm not doing anything political at all. I'm just doing this podcast, which I think it's going to be a great known Canadian information outlet, mostly for entrepreneurs and like-minded business people. That's my goal. I want to have a nice platform to be able to, and I have politicians on sometimes actually as well, right? Some mayors. I've had the mayor of Rockland, the mayor of Russell, and the mayor of the Nation municipality so far. I'd like to get some more on. I think it's very interesting to have their takes and what do they think about the real estate market? Where's the expansion coming, right? And everything like that. It's just fascinating. I came here 4 years ago, and I didn't know anyone. I barely even knew how to point you a furnace or an air exchanger in a house. And now it's been 2 years I do this. I get to sit with the mayors of the communities here and have one-on-one conversations, or any other professional in a field that's like the best at it. I would be able to probably get them on here anyways in the future. Like, this is an amazing value proposition. I get to absorb so much information. This conversation, I will take back home some information from your mindset, and I'll take back home some information from the mindset of some other realtors that I've had on, any other people. So it's beautiful. I can absorb information. I can look at it back again. And another thing is I'll be able to show it to my children in the future, and they'll be able to see dad grow.
Yeah.
Look at my face. This camera here, look at my face. But in 10 years, I'll still be doing, mark my words, I'll still be doing this podcast in 10 years. My face will have changed. And my kids will click on this episode, and they'll click on the 700th, and it'll be totally different. And dad will have grown so much.
And that goes back to success is impact. It's how you impact people.
That's
The
great.
drive behind it. We haven't even talked about money yet.
Yeah. You want to talk about money?
No, but I'm just saying that's what should be driving you is impact.
No, that's it. It's money is interesting, but it's a tool. It's not my motivation. This is not monetized. I'm not making any income from this.
No.
I don't have any ads on these episodes. Maybe it. Hey, if a client wants to reach out, it'd be my pleasure to help you to buy or sell a house. But no, it comes from the heart. It really comes from the heart. I want to have genuine conversations with amazing guests such as you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I love these conversations.
You like it? You said you'd like to do a podcast yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
What's the idea? Pitch it here.
I'd like to do like an all-women podcast. Yeah.
Okay.
But I love men too. It's just, maybe women in business, or how to juggle maybe being a mother, a wife, and having a business at the same time. Like, that's a lot. And we're just wired so differently.
Yes, for sure.
So I think it's hard for men to understand that completely, just because we're just wired. Men and women are completely different.
For sure, yeah.
So
Each have our strengths.
Yeah.
Each have our weaknesses.
and we need each other.
Yeah.
Women need men and men need women. And
That's
there's
correct.
such a big division right now, which should not be happening. But
Yes.
anyways, we need each other. But yeah, I'm very supportive of, other women. I love them, and I want to see them thrive, and I want to hear what they have to say. And yeah, that's kind of my vision. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, we have the setup here. You can use the studio.
It's amazing. Yeah.
This is beautiful. You can change the colors of the background if you want,
Yeah, I love purple, actually.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
It's really pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, that would be very nice. So it would be one-on-one conversations, would it be? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know a lot of women in business, and they're all very interesting.
Yeah. I encourage you to do that. Like I just said, like every episode, I leave with more information in my mind, like more insights, better ideas on how to place myself in the world and everything. So it's like, it's constantly sharpening that tool, So, I strongly encourage you to do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. I'm pretty sure I'm going to start. That's what I want. I probably have to get established in my real estate a little bit first, but that's really my vision. Yeah.
That's it. Exactly. Maybe it can help you be established. Like you
Maybe.
come here, you have you had a team meeting today. Like you can do it on Wednesdays if that's when you have your team meetings, because it's like you're already at the office anyways. And for me, it propelled my business. Like I sat down with a mortgage broker and I asked all the questions as if I was a buyer. So now I know exactly what my buyer goes through when they're talking to a mortgage broker. Or I had a real estate lawyer. I asked her exactly the process that the buyers go through, and now I'm more into perspective so I can give a better service.
Yeah,
So it's, it can be seen as it can sharpen you.
for sure.
Yeah.
You're inspiring me.
Yeah.
To start now.
That's the goal.
There we
That's
go.
the goal.
See?
Asset Ambitions podcast.
Yeah.
Inspire entrepreneurs such as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe how much I've grown in just like the past 2 years. It's crazy how much your life
Yeah.
can change and how fast it can change when you decide to kind of take action.
That's it. You
Yeah.
must give it your all.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
get out of your head and actually put it into action. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done.
That's correct. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. I like it. All right, we got another 10 minutes to go here. You have any subjects you want to pivot to?
Well, I'd like to hear about your journey maybe a little bit. Instead of it being focused on me, maybe I can hear a little bit about
How I started in real estate
how
or
you started and, like, where do you get your mentality from? And,
Yeah. Yeah, I can go back for sure. I mean,
and what would you tell your child self? Like little Mathieu, like what would you tell him?
Yeah.
Like things like that. I want to hear your
that's a very good
your
question.
story
Yeah.
too.
I ask it, but I never get it asked.
Well, there we go. Now's your
I need to
chance.
do some thinking here.
Yeah, now's your chance,
Yeah. Well, my upbringing, I'm very fortunate. I got brought up by my dad was an entrepreneur from a very young age. They owned a hotel for 20 years. So at 5 years old, he bought his hotel,
Amazing.
and that was amazing because I saw how much sacrifice was needed for that vision to pan out. I was able to see the effort, the energy, and the mindset. He's a very stoic person. He's not stressed at all. His emotion don't get a control of him, and that I'm a bit different personally. I have my ups and downs, but I envy that from my father, Gislain.
Do you think
And
maybe that was built over time with age and with practice and experience?
it must have been.
Because you're so young.
There was also his father that was a very, very stoic, like very reserved. I don't have many memories of him. And we unfortunately lost him. I was too young to ask him all the questions I would ask him today. I would have a lot to learn from him, but I think that was a very good impact on him, and that kind of drilled in the same mindset because he was an owner of a truck garage. He would have, I think he had 15 trucks by the end of his career there, and in the end he liquidated everything, and they had a very good retirement. And same as my parents last year, they've liquidated their hotel and now they have their retirement. They're in the 50s and 60s, both of them, and that's a great age to be able to lay back and do what you want with your time. And I'm very happy that the vision panned out. And my mom, let's not get that mixed up. My mom was a big help in my upbringing as well. She is a very positive force. She showed me so much love, gave me so much love, and I don't even know how to give it back to her. I don't know how I'll give it all back to her, but I feel like I must. And all that love and care from my mother and discipline from my father, I think, is what give me the discipline that I have today and the vision that I have today. And the ultimate goal, it's, I think, for many men out there, it's we want to impress our fathers. We want to hear from them that they're proud of us.
Wow.
It's
true. I think it's true. Yeah.
That's not something we hear often from our
No.
fathers. They're very reserved. And anyways, he may listen to the episode, so we'll see. But it's something that drives me. That's what I'd like to hear at some point in my life.
I'm sure he's already proud of you.
Yeah, I hope so.
But if he's a stoic
I have much more to
person-
accomplish, and I know it.
Yeah.
I know it.
I'm sure he's proud of you. But a stoic father is not gonna, show you that all the time, and that's okay.
That's right.
That's why you have your mother.
Yeah,
You know,
that's it. That's
because
it.
you're always going to be the
Exactly.
best in her mind.
We
Yeah.
all complement each other, and I was brought up in a very nice household in northern Ontario, and now we've moved here, and they also own a home very close to my home, which is amazing. I get to have them close to me, and my brother too was a great impact on me. You know, he's very positive. He is stoic. He does not get stressed, and he is always a good anchor to fall back on if ever my emotions take a toll on me.
So when you talk about your emotions, because you keep saying that every man in your life is very stoic, do you find that's something that maybe you're lacking a little bit? Like, do you think you're maybe emotional
Yeah, I'm
or?
not the most stoic personally. I am a very well. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Is um, my expectations are so high that it's so easy to disappoint myself. And when I'm disappointed, I'll be low and ungrateful. But lately, I've been getting closer to God and praying,
Good.
and this gratitude is fueling my spirit. And I think this is what is going to be the pivotal point where I become much less impacted by outcomes and such. And I think I couldn't have done it without God.
Yeah. I'm a strong believer that business is spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's necessary.
it is.
It's necessary. You need to. There's a path for us all out there. There's a path. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to trust in it.
You can't force yourself to be stoic either if it's not who you are by nature. And that's when I was talking about being authentic. If your nature isn't to be super stoic, that's okay. That's not you. You can learn how to manage your emotions better, and you can work on that, but you don't have to be this perfect stoic man, or like, you don't have to be. That's not who you are. You can work on yourself, and you should always work on yourself, but you can't completely change yourself either. I don't think you.
Yeah, but I want to have a family, and I want to be that anchor that people can fall back on. I want to have my wife be able to fall back
Yeah.
onto me and be stable for my kids, right? It's important to have,
And you
a
will.
parental figure that brings a stability to the household. And I feel like there's another role where it's the caring part and the loving part and the cherishing part.
Yeah. You don't seem unstable,
So,
though. I think you're just hard on yourself.
yeah. I
Because I've
think it's
seen a
put it
few
together.
unstable people, and you're pretty stable.
I
Like,
never said I was unstable.
no,
Like,
if you
yeah,
have strong emotions, like, strong emotions are good too.
that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah, some
that's
people
fine.
feel things a little bit more, and like, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like that too. I'm like, if I feel my emotions like very strongly, but
yeah.
you have to learn to control it, but you don't have to completely like burn it down
Negate
either.
it. No, that's it. Exactly.
No,
Yeah,
because it's really good. Like, you're so fortunate to feel things like that. So yeah, a lot
that's
of
right.
people don't. A lot of people are kind of like zombies a little bit, and they don't feel a whole lot of anything. It's like they're numbed out.
There's some people that turn towards substances to numb out such feelings, right? So,
Yeah.
but I feel it might make them even more profound, like stronger feelings, probably because it plays with your mental state, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, I've met a lot of artists and a lot of people that had like so much depth to them, and yeah, they've abused like substances, and I'm not saying go down that path, but a lot of people that have had struggles with addiction and things like that, they'll turn to God, and they'll become more. They'll be more like, yeah, they'll just have more depth to them, and they'll look at life a little bit differently maybe, and I like those kinds of people too, like people that just went through it a little bit. And
there's a path for us all.
there's a path
There's
for
a path for
everybody.
us
Yeah,
all.
the best music and the best movies and the best things were made from emotions. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
that's
okay.
right.
It's okay to feel it. You don't have to be completely cold.
That's right. Okay, well, let's wrap it up on a good note there. Any positive thoughts you want to put out there? Any shout outs you might want to put out there?
Nope, I don't think so. I mean, shout out to my team, but they know that I care about them. So
That's it. All right. Well, thank you very much, Catherine, for coming on to the
Thanks
podcast.
for
This was
having
amazing. It was deep at the end there, but thank you very much. It was
I'm a
very
deep girl.
interesting to be able to go into my, like you start questioning me because that never really happened on the podcast. So maybe the viewers out there will find that interesting. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate your time. I wish you all the best in your business and, of course, with everything that you want to do, the podcast that you want to do, your health, like you said.
Yeah.
And I pray for you.
I pray for you too. Thank
Amen.
you. Amen. Thanks.